Man, we got a good one today, like always. We got a good one, fellas. 7 ways. 7 ways masculine women secretly push men away without even realizing it. Oh, this topic is a good one because a lot of you men always talk about, what do you feel about this? What do you feel about that? And there's certain traits that a woman can do, but it's all up to your standards, fellas. If you got game, you don't have to worry about masculine women because masculinity yields femininity. Masculinity yields femininity. But let's get into it a little bit. So before we get into this topic, y'all click the like button. Click the like button. But you know what, fellas? Let me say this. Let me hit you with the brutal truth, though. Some women don't even realize they're sabotaging their own relationships. They step into a role of a man taking control, competing instead of connecting, leading instead of softening, and slowly pushing and slowly push the very man that they want further and further and further and further away. The sad part is, weak men allow it. Strong men correct it. Today though, I'm breaking down 7 ways masculine women secretly push men away. And what separates the men who get walked over and the men who get respect. Oh, we got a good one today. This is what we're going to talk about. But before I do that, understand you can listen to 1 or maybe 2. But number 7 may be the one that's going to help you out. So this is why I always tell you, men, listen to all. And then at the end, let me know, hey, Fifth, I'll rock with you all the way through. First and foremost, she always has to lead. Now, we know this is very, 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 very masculine, right? But I want you to think about this. This is the thinking of weak men. I'm going to explain this to you. Weak men thinks at least she's handling things. Less pressure for me. You know, he surrenders all of his leaderships and becomes comfortable with letting her steer the wheel. That is exactly the problem of this young man. You're letting her steer the wheel. You're giving up all your power. So strong men, what they do is, see, strong men recognize leadership. They recognize leadership, right? But they also recognize leadership is the role of the man. He appreciates her input, but sets the final decision for his own. He reclaims authority with calm confidence. I hear your point. I hear your point, right? But here's how we're going to move forward. I hear your point. But we're going to move forward like this. And see, the reason why a lot of this goes this way is because there are men out here that allow certain type of behavior that women are forced in these type of situations. They're forced in these type of situations. So when they're forced into these type of situations, they go into a survival mode. They go in straight survival. So this is what happens normally with women. Straight survival. Let's go to the next one. She competes with you instead of supporting you. And this is very huge because a lot of times women will jockey for power to see if you allow it or not. Sometimes they want to see. Sometimes women will test you. They want to see who you are. So let's see who you are in competition. See, weak men, it takes it personal and either shuts down or joins the competition, right? Turning the relationship into like a rivalry. See, strong men, we don't, it doesn't, it, we don't fight her. You know what I mean? He sets the foundation. This isn't a contest, right? We're on the same team. He remains who he is at all times, and he stands strong, and he leverages his principles and standards when he feels like he's falling off. I really want you all to understand that when you are dealing with women that competes with you, what she's saying is she believes she's better than you. You don't want her believing that. You want her to feel like she's on the same team as you. Number 3, she handles all financial decisions. Now, a lot of you men are going to say, oh, yeah, she pays the bills and she does this, but I still tell her, nah. Right? A lot of weak men say the same thing. A lot of you gladly let her take control of the situation. Oh, she's better with money anyway. I will tell you, you're not well respected at all. You're not well respected at all. Strong men stays informed. They make big calls, right? And ensures his voice is the dominant one when it comes to financial matters. He knows how to communicate with this woman in order for her to follow his lead. I really think a lot of you men really got the game messed all the way up. And a lot of you got the game messed up in a way of allowing certain behaviors happen to you that you shouldn't let happen to you. You can't let happen to you. But let me go. Let's go to the next one. She initiates all physical intimacy more than you do. Now, a lot of you men will be like, what? What? She's coming on to me. What? All right, look, man. A lot of y'all thinks it's a blessing. A lot of you is going to enjoy it, but doesn't realize that it's making you follow her lead on what she wants, right? You need to take charge of intimacy, right? You need to make sure you're the guy in that situation with authority and passion, showing desire with maintaining masculine dominance. This is very important. See, a lot of you men will be like, oh, I'm happy. No, you don't want to do it on her terms, because if she do it on her terms, she's going to wake up one morning and be like, oh, yeah, this guy he's not him. But again, these are dominant traits that women try to do. Very, very dominant traits. Let's go to the next one. She takes the role of protector, right? Feels flattered. Most of y'all feel flattered. Most of you men will definitely feel flattered, because look, as being a protector, you're going to feel flattered, right? You're not going to feel flattered as a man, though. See, I'm a man. I ain't going to feel flattered. You don't need to protect me. But you men out here, some of you men, she's just being protective of me, man. She don't want me being out this way or doing this. I'm gonna let you know, man. A lot of y'all see strength in women, so that's why you don't care if a woman protects you. I don't believe in none of that. I don't believe in none of that. Let me say this. A lot of you are afraid of the results. You're afraid of the reaction. You're afraid of telling the truth. You're afraid of this with these situations. You're afraid of this because You got to understand, like, when a woman takes charge and feels like she needs to protect you, you are one weak man. You are one weak man. You know what I mean? Strong men really allows her to feel safe enough to let her guard down, right? We provide protection so she doesn't have to do it. You know, we gonna stay calm, masculine presence, and we don't have to worry about nothing. But a lot of you men are still up under your mom's care so much that you want protection from a woman. You want that protection from a woman. That's a very masculine trait of that woman. Very masculine trait. Let's go to the next one. Any type of control from a woman, when she tries to control you, that's definitely a masculine trait, right? You got to remember, a lot of these weak guys, a lot of the weak guys, they will laugh it off. You know, says nothing or worse. Like, why wouldn't you say nothing? You know, why wouldn't you say something if this person is trying to control you? See, this is how strong men, we correct her with authority but respect, right? We don't need to argue. He's simply establishing the masculinity that's in him. That is the truth. Y'all need to understand that a lot of women will try to take control because they believe you're going to allow it. Once they know you're not going to allow it, then they're going to do their thing. And that means they're going to fall in line. But a lot of it is that you can't allow a woman to really just check you or control anything about you. What you can do is nothing wrong with her having a voice though, and being able to communicate and doing all those things, right? But let's go to the last one. She's going to test your boundaries. Fellas, she's going to test your boundaries. But I will tell you, once they test your boundaries and they find out that you're going to stand tall, every single time, I want you all to understand that as the man, she's going to test you, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then one day, you're going to be like, dang, there's no more tests. Well, she'll test you small and medium, minimal, right? You need to understand, tests are a part of a woman. They're part of a woman. You got to remember, you don't need to be a person who's yelling and screaming just to protect your boundaries. You know, you don't need to check somebody because they're doing too much. There's ways that you can get your point across and let them know, like, hey, look, you crossed my line here, and then be dominant on that top of that thing, right? Most strong men don't get defensive. He states his boundaries with claim and firmness. And by bending a knee to the boundaries, I promise you it's going to be a bad situation for you. A real bad situation. Straight up. But here's the hard truth, brothers. Masculine women don't usually mean to push men away. They just really don't. I mean, they don't, because they know most of the masculine women want a man I think there are so many young men. I'm just trying to make sure I say this the right way. There's so many young men out here that allows this masculine behavior that you just heard, that allow women to come in their lives and do whatever they want when they want to do it, and they don't have nothing to say about it. I want to make sure that this video gets to so many people. And by doing that, you click the like button, you share my video, but also join me, gatewaythegame.com. Join my membership. Also book a consultation, Mr1950.com. Book a consultation. We can set something up. We can go over some things, and we can definitely help you in this game. My name is Mr. 1950, the last traditional man on the planet. Get at me. Peace.